Hey guys, it's Lynn, and today's video is going to be the Cramathon Readathon, which is a readathon that lasts for 3 days starting from July 10th to July 13th. And it is basically just reading the shortest books that is on your TBR, shelf, or list, or anything like that. And I will link down the original video if you guys want to see the rules. Basically, some of the criteria for the books is number 1, read a children's book. Number 2, read a hardback book. Number 3, read 2 books in 24 hours. Number 4, read a graphic novel. Number 5, read a book in verse. Number 6, read a novella. And number 7, read 5 books. Today I have my 5 books that I'm going to show you for my Cramathon TBR. This first book that I have, I'm counting it as read a children's book, but it's not really a children's book, and that is Why We Broke Up by David Handler and Myra Coleman. And this book isn't really a children's book, but it has a lot of pictures in here, if I can show you. See, it has illustrations in it, and it's kind of thick, but since it has illustrations in it, I think I'll fly through this book pretty fast. And this has been on my TBR for almost a year. It's just been sitting on my shelf, so I decided why not pick it up for this Cramathon so I could just say I finally read it. The next book that I have is read a hardback book, and that is Enchanted by Renee Denfeld, and this is also on my July TBR, so I'm just killing 2 birds with 1 stone and putting it also in my Cramathon. This is a hardback book, as you guys can see. It has a little dust jacket, and it is also a pretty thin book, so I will hopefully be able to finish this in the Cramathon. The next 2 books that I have are read 2 books in 24 hours, and that is The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith and Love and Other Perishable Items by Laura Buzo. And these 2 books are contemporaries, I believe, and they're both pretty thin books, and I have been in a contemporary mood lately because it is summer, so I'm really excited to finally get to these books because they are thin and they're contemporaries, and it is time to finally read these books because they have been sitting on my shelf for way too long. I just want to get it done with. And the last book that I have is read a novella, and that is Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. And this is a collection of different novellas, so I'll probably maybe only read 1 or 2 of them just because this is kind of a thick book and I want to be able to finish the Cramathon, so I might just read 1 or 2 books. Okay guys, so that is my Cramathon TBR, and I hope you guys like this video. Here they are, all of them, and if you guys don't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my social medias, and I might be updating about my Cramathon if I feel like. If not, check out my Goodreads account because I will be updating on there. That is it. This is Novelty Lynn saying goodbye. Bye. It is just time for me to finally read these because they've been shitting.